Hi guys, it is week 3 and this is lesson 1 of week 3 for math. And today we're going to be on page 219, 220, and we're going to be doing a general review, which is great because then we can just kind of ease back into math for this week. Now, you'll see starting tomorrow, we are going to be going to a different section of our book, and we're going to be doing some PEMDAS and order of operations and some algebra, and it's going to be a really fun thing. It's one of my favorite things to do in math and to teach in math, so I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and get started for today. Page 219. Oh, I forgot. You need to see the page, huh? Here we go. Maybe. Okay, so general review, complete the chart. Now, some of you guys, I know this chart kind of like, when you see it, you get scared. But don't be scared. We're doing review, and review is practice, and practice makes progress. It does not have to be perfect. It makes progress. So let's look here. If I have a radius and I want to find a diameter, from a radius to find a diameter, you just multiply by 2. So 6 times 2 is what? 12 inches. Now I'm going to save circumference for a minute. Let's go down to number or letter B. To go from diameter to radius, we have to do what? It's a 2 again. What do we have to do? Divide by 2. Good. So I'm going to divide by 2. And you're thinking to yourself, wait, and it's going this way. It's kind of a weird one, but it's going this way. And you're thinking, wait, 5's not, you can't divide 5 by 2, but yes, you can. You get 2.5. Okay, 2.5 or 2.5, 2.5 feet. Okay. Letter C, 10 yards. Again, I'm going to multiply by 2 because to go from radius to diameter, you multiply by 2. And I get 20 yards. And letter D, same thing. I have 1.5 inches, and I'm going from radius to diameter, so I'm going to multiply by 2, and I get what? 1.5. Think $1.50. And if you double that, what do you have? 3. Good. 3 inches. Now, let's do the very last one. I have 50 meters, and I have a diameter, so I want to move that and divide by 2 to get my radius. And what's 50 divided by 2? 25 meters. Now, with circumference, I like circumference because there's 2 different formulas you can use. You can use circumference equals 2 times pi times radius, or you can use circumference equals pi times diameter. Which one do I like to use? Do you remember? I like to use pi times diameter, you're right, because I only have to multiply once. I don't have to do 2 times pi and then times radius, or 2 times radius then times pi. I only have to multiply my diameter times 3.14 or 3 1/7. Let's work these out. Let's see, where's my color I was using for that one? Letter A. So we're gonna do circumference, and you have room here if you write neatly enough, you can use it. This is A. Circumference equals pi times diameter. Circumference equals 3.14 times 12. And I'm just going to work it out below it so I'll have room. 3.14 times 12. Some of you guys might already be done. 8, 2, 6, 4, 1, 3. If I go too quickly for you, pause and then check yours with mine after you unpause. Whoa, hello. Nope. Okay. My iPad's being very touchy today. 8, 6, 7, 3, and I get 37.68. Now remember, circumference is like perimeter. So it's just the distance around. So I don't need to have square measurements. I only need to have 37.68 what? Yes, inches. Good. Okay, let's move on to number 2, or letter B. I will constantly say number 2. Letter B. Okay, we have 5 feet. So circumference equals pi times diameter. If you want to use 2 pi r and see if you get the same answer, go ahead. Circumference equals 3.14 times, this case, 5. Circumference equals, let's see, 3.14 times 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7. And 5 times 3 is 15. Go into, yes, 15.7 what? Feet. Excellent. Okay. I'm going to erase just so I can keep the work up here so you guys can see it. If you need to, please move to a scratch piece of paper so that it's neat. Remember, the neater you do your work, the more likely it is that you won't make a mistake. So make sure that your work is very neat, because it will save you the heartache of having to redo it if it's not correct because of messiness, okay? Letter C, I have a 20-yard diameter. So circumference equals pi times diameter. Circumference equals 3.14 times 20. Let's work it out. 3.14 times 20. Put my 0, that's my place marker. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 3 is 6. 2 decimal places here. 62.8 yards. Okay, press pause. Do D and E and come back. Okay. Hopefully you press pause. Letter D. I have, well, since you worked it out, let's see if you get what I got. Letter D should be 9.42 inches. And letter E should be, let's see, 50. It is 157 meters. So if you didn't get those right, circle those when I talk to you. Probably today I'll talk to you. Make sure that you tell me and then we can work it out together, okay? Let's go to these fun story problems. I actually enjoy story problems because I feel like they're like a puzzle to try to figure out. And sometimes it's really fun to try to figure these out. I know not everybody feels that way. I know it's not a popular opinion. Okay, letter A. Mr. Thompson owns some rectangular farmland. Ooh, that's important, but we'll come back to that. That measures 300 feet by 150 feet. To raise tomatoes, he allows 9 square feet per plant. How many plants can he raise? That's my question. How many plants can he raise? Okay. Now, super important information. Remember I said when I read that word, rectangular land. So who has rectangular land? And it measures 300 feet, that's my length, by 150 feet, which is my width. First of all, well, and then to raise them, he allows a 9 square feet per plant. Now that's important, but that's not important till the end. So we're gonna come back to that, okay? So what I like to do is come down here. I'm gonna go to the bottom of the page here, maybe. Is he gonna let me? Come on, page 3. Yeah, come on, there we go. Okay, so we have a rectangular plot of land. And it is 300 feet by 150 feet. Now, I saw a word in there that should give us an idea of what process we should be using. And the word I saw was square feet. So are we finding perimeter or area? If you said area, you are right. To find the area of a rectangle, we do area equals length times width. Let's go ahead and work that out. Area equals length times width. Area equals 300 times 150. I'm going to show you guys a trick, okay? Because there's lots of zeros. What you can do is do your 3 times 15, which is what? 45. Okay? Then you add as many zeros to the end of that as there are zeros, and you're multiplying in your factor. So there's 3. So he has 45,000 square feet of land. But let's go back to the question. The question says, how many plants can he raise if he plants tomatoes 9 square feet apart? What do you think we need to do here? Do you think we should add, subtract, multiply, divide? What should we do with that 9? What do you think? If you think about it, here's his plot of land, and he wants to plant them like 9 feet apart. It's divide, because we want to see how many groups of 9 are there in 45,000. So we're going to do 45,000 divided by 9. How many times is 9 going to 45? 5 times, good. And I have my 3 zeros, so how many plants can he plant? 5,000 plants. He can plant 5,000 plants, or can he raise, sorry, 5,000 plants. That's a lot of plants. Okay, let's look at letter B. If the average tomato plant yields 25 1/4 pounds of tomatoes, that's amazing, by the way, because every time I try tomatoes, I get like 2. He's got good land. How many pounds of tomatoes might Mr. Thompson's plants produce? Well, every plant has 25 1/4 pounds, and he has 5,000 plants. What do you think we're going to do? Yes, you're right. We'll multiply. I'm going to do this over here. We're going to use tomato red. Okay, we have 5,000 plants. We have 25 1/4 pounds per plant. We're going to multiply. We're going to say 25.25. Why did I change it to 0.25? Because it is 1/4 is 0.25 times 5,000. I'm going to do my fancy multiplying. If you're not quite here with this multiplying, don't worry. Just do the 5,000 times 25.25, and you should get the same thing I do. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 1 is 26. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12. And then you could bring down those 3 zeros. Now, we have 2 decimal places. So we should get, I can take those off. 1, 2, 3, there your comma shall be 126,250 pounds of tomatoes. That's amazing. I hope he's selling them. That is totally amazing. Can you believe it? Wow. Okay, we're continuing on with Mr. Thompson. Letter C. Mr. Thompson plans to put fencing around the land. How many feet of fencing will he need? Well, let's go back to our picture. Here's our picture. Here's his land. And he has I'm just going to change my color here. He has this plot of land that is 300 feet long and 150 feet wide. And he wants to know how much fencing he needs. Fencing is the distance around. What do we call that in these kinds of shapes? It is called perimeter. So perimeter for a rectangle is 2L, good, say it with me, plus 2W. Let's figure it out. I'll use a different color. Perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. Perimeter equals 2 times 300, because that's our length, plus 2 times 150, because that's our width. 2 times 300 is 600, and 2 times 150 is 300. Perimeter equals 900 what? Feet. He needs 900 feet of fencing. Wow, that's a lot of fencing. Okay, he needs 900 feet of fencing. Now, we're going to go ahead and skip over D because I want to continue on with the paper. If you want to challenge yourself, do D, and when I talk to you later on this week, then we'll check your answers and see how you did. Number 3, find the areas. Okay, areas. We know we're doing area. So our answers need to be in what? Square units. Good. So letter A, we have a triangle. I'm going to go ahead and just draw my shapes first. I like to do that just to make sure I'm there. And my base is 5 feet. And my height is 6 feet. Okay, I'm going to move on because I just want to draw all the shapes first. Letter B, I have a parallelogram. Okay, and my base is 24 feet and my height is 17 feet. Letter C, I have a square and my side is 11 feet. And letter D, I have a circle and my radius is 5 feet. Remember, guys, if you can visualize the shape, it's going to be a lot easier for you, I believe, for you to work the problems out. So let's go to a triangle. What is the formula for the area of a triangle? Area equals 1/2 base times height. Area equals 1/2 times 5 times 6. Now remember, when you're finding half of something, you are basically dividing it by 2. Would it be easier to divide 5 by 2 or 6 by 2? If you said 6, you're right, because half of an even number comes out evenly. So half of 6 is what? Is 3. Area equals 5 times 3. Area equals 15 square feet. Excellent. And move on to B. I have a parallelogram that we've already drawn. What's the formula for the area of a parallelogram? If you said area equals base times height, awesome job. Give yourself a high five, virtual high five, okay? Area equals 24 times 17. I'm giving myself grace. I don't know that one automatically, so I'm going to go ahead and write it vertically and work it out. 24, not 27, 24 times 17. 28, 14, 15, 16, 4, 2, 8, 0, 1, 4. Area equals 408 square feet. Why did I say square feet? Because it's area. It's got to be square feet. Do me a favor. Pause and try C. Okay, hopefully you paused it. Let's see. We have area equals S squared. Area equals 11 squared. Now, 11 might not be one that you have memorized. Is that okay? Totally. Come over here. 11 times 11. A lot of people want to say 110, but it's not 110. Whoa. 11 times 11. 1, 1, 1, 1, 121. So area equals, I'm going to come down here and write it. Area equals 121 square inches. And then the last one, what is the formula for the for the area of a circle? Area equals pi r squared. Pi times radius squared. Area equals pi is 3.14 times 5 squared. What's 5 squared? Not 5 times 2, 25. Good, it's 5 times 5. 3.14 times 25. I want to work this out. 3.14 times 25. I feel like I've done this one several times. Let's see. 70, 15, 8. I think we even did it today. 0, 5, 1, 8, 7, and we get 78.5. Area equals 78.5 square feet. Now, if I'm going too fast, press pause, okay? And go back to them. If I'm going too slow, go ahead and work. You guys are doing great. I can tell when I talk with you, you guys are fantastic. You're doing so fantastically. Okay, let's look at one more chart together. Then I will send you on your own to do your assignment of review. Complete this chart. We have, and I'm sorry it's a little bit messy here, but if you look at the top of page 220, you will have yours in more focus than my paper. We have a dress of $45 regular price, and the discount is 33.33%. First of all, we need to find the amount of discount. Well, when we find the amount of discount, what are we doing? We are finding the dollar amount of how much is being taken off. So if a dress is 33.33% off, what do you think it is? What is 33.33% of something? Is it a third of something? What do you think? What if I said a dress is 25% off? Would that be a fourth of something? It would. So if it is a third off, 33.33% is a third of something. I said the keyword of. You want to multiply by a third, right? Or another way of multiplying by a third is dividing by 3. So if I have 1/3 times $45 or 45 over 1, what do I have? Do these share a common factor? They do. They share a 3. How many times does 3 go into 45? 15 times. Good. So my amount of discount is $15. So if the original cost is 45 and my amount of discount is 15, what would the sale price be? How do we find sale price? We got to dig deep in our brains because I know this was a long time ago. If you said subtract, you're right. $45 minus the $15 of the discount, and it is a $30 dress now. Okay, moving on. Letter B. $52 shoes, and the percent of discount is 10%. So basically, we are finding 10% of $52. What does that mean? Multiply. Good. Change our percent to a decimal and multiply. So 10% written as a decimal is, remember you go back twice, 0.1. So we're doing 52 times 0.1. Now some of you, I know you did this one in your head, and that's okay. Okay, so we get 52 in a decimal. How much is that? $5.20. And why is it $5.20 and not 5.2? Because it's money. When it's money, we have to add that hundredths place. So now if my original cost is $52 and my discount is $5.20, how do I find the sale price again? I subtract. So I'm going to do this, right? $5.20. No, you're right. I can't do that. I have to line up my decimals. If this is money, there's 2 zeros, a decimal and 2 zeros after the 52. So now I can line up my decimals, $5.20. Okay, go ahead and subtract. And what do we get? What do you think? If you told me $46.80, $46.80, you are 100% correct. Okay, so I'm going to kind of clean this up a little bit so we can continue working. That's why it's important for you guys to have scratch paper in front of you when you're working on math. So a hat costs $15.60 in C, and there's a 25% discount. Now we could do this one of two ways, and I've shown you both of these ways. 25% of $15.60, we can change our percent to a decimal, and we would get 0.25 times $15.60. Or 25% is a fourth of something. When you're finding a fourth of something, you divide by 4. Multiplying by 1/4 or dividing by 4 wholes is the same thing. So I want to show you this. If I had $15.60 and I divide by 4, it's the same thing as multiplying by a fourth or finding a fourth of it, and also the same thing as finding 25% of it. So let's do the division. 4 into 15 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 5 minus 2 is 3. Bring down the 6. Can't forget my decimal and the quotient. 4 into 36 is 9. Subtract. 4 into 0, remember we have to include that 0, is a 0. So it is $3.90. Now for my skeptics out there, I'm going to show you how to do it the other way. If I have $15.60, okay, and I'm going to multiply it by my percent written as a decimal, 0.25. Let's go ahead and work that out. 0.003. I'm going to go quickly. 827, 021, 113, 0.008, not 8, 9, 3. And go in 4 spaces and I get $3.90. So you get the same thing, okay? Now we need to find what the sale price is going to be. And how do we do that? Good. If you said subtract, you are right. So we're going to take our original price, which is $15.60, and we're going to subtract our discount of $3.90. Go ahead and do that subtraction as I do it here. Did you get $11.70? Excellent job. Okay, challenge yourself. Do T, but pause first and come back. Okay, check mine with yours. Your amount of discount should have been $1.96. Check my multiplying if yours is different. And your sales price is $7.84. Because $9.80 minus $1.96 is $7.84. Okay, before I assign your homework, I want to draw your attention to the bottom of the page. Now we have a homework section in the back of our book, and everybody has their book. So what I want you to do is to go ahead and go to the back of your book. That's the purple stripe you'll see on your book right here. See my purple stripe? Here, let me undo this. Okay, there's a purple stripe on my book, and it is on page, let me find it. Go to page 380, and we're going to look at lesson 121 as your homework tonight. Now, I would like you to do numbers 1 through 4, and 6 through 12. Just like we have been doing in weeks previous, I want you, when you're done, so you're going to work it all out on your paper. You're going to do all of the work, and then I want you to go into Google Classroom, and I would like you to do the assignment that's there. It's not extra work that you're doing, okay? What you're doing is being accountable to doing the work to me so that I can see how you are doing. So you are doing the work on paper, going into Google Classroom, finding the assignment for Tuesday, for today, then you are going to just pick the correct answer and turn it into me that way. Okay, guys. Once again, tonight's homework is page 380, numbers 1 through 4, and 6 through 12. Have a great day.